This is Paranormal Short Session 34 at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. I'm next to Gracie Peter tombstone. It's kind of like a full grave cradle with the split in half tombstone on top of it. I was looking at that penny. The penny definitely is has been in the sunlight. It may not look like it now, but it was in some sunlight when I got here. But as you can see, it's got that, it should be yellow from the heat, but that's the normal part. The abnormal part is the purple that kind of undulates over it and just for a flickering second and then goes away. Now that shouldn't be cool like that. See it? You can see it there. It should be warm. See it there? Kind of like a moon shape. I'm not going to touch it because that would heat it up, but there could be moisture on it from at night. It's about, 11:20 p.m. And today's date is the 25th of October 2023, and it is a Wednesday. But see how it's undulating with the blue? That's the part that could be paranormal. It could be a ghost or spirit touching it or trying to pick it up or moving it. Or just the fact that the ghost or spirit is near it. Or they're drawing energy out of the environment. And I could be catching that. See how it just turned purple? You see that? Yeah, that's not normal. I'm not doing anything to it, and there's no one around that could be doing something to it that's nearby. There's no one up in the tree. Here's the tree for you. All right, let's go back. Go all the way around real quick. While no cars are coming, there's nobody around. Back to my feet. There I am. Here I am. All right, let's go back. See that undulating blue? It turned out pretty good this time. Yeah, it's just different areas of it. I can only explain it that it might be moisture from last night. It got pretty cool. It's warmed up now and the sun is hot, but there might have been dew that laid on the penny. And as it warms up, it's evaporating. And that's what it looks like under the C5 flare thermal imager or thermal camera. And or it might be a dry penny with just ghosts or spirits getting close to it. Maybe that's a good trigger object. I didn't put it there, but I found it there by accident when I was taking photos. I think after I had finished my Paranormal Short Session 33. So this Paranormal Short Session 34 is going to be dedicated to this dime. See how it just turned purple like that? I'm not doing diddly squat to it. I will say it's hard on my knees to bend over like this. So let's raise up and see if I can still get some good pictures without hurting on my knees. Now see, when I get back this far, I'm not getting much. I'm getting all purple, just a purple whiteout. So for some things, you got to be in close proximity. I would say for this, I'm at least, 5 to 8 inches away. As you can see, the different purple areas, which is unusual. It could be a whole group of ghosts or spirits that are checking out the dime. It's like they get to get close to it, touch it. It's not like it's in somebody's pocket or in somebody's house. Just laying there on the grave for them to check out. So it could be paranormal. See, now it goes to just a penny that should be yellow. There's no problem with that. What I'm looking for to be as paranormal is the cold areas, the unexplained cold areas. Yes, the penny should be yellow. And being in off and on in direct sunlight, it's going to absorb that energy and heat up like metals do. That's not paranormal. That's not in question. What's in question is the purple areas. And the only way I can explain that would be water evaporating or paranormal, meaning a ghost or spirit is touching it. All right, I got to raise up because being like that puts hurting on my knees. Oh, God. Whew. The knees are something else. All right, well, I'm going to try to get a little bit more footage on this, and then I'll go to asking Mrs. Gracie Peter some questions. Even though I don't know if she died, I don't know, was it 48 years? I don't know, it looked like it. I thought at first it might be a child's grave, but I don't think so. The grave cradle is, small, but maybe they were going the economy route. See, there's no reason for that. And see, the cool area doesn't stay in one spot. It moves around. So, I think most ghosts and spirits, the cold area that they make is so darn small, it'd be like a little purple pixel on here that you wouldn't even notice. See how the other areas are kind of like a little purplish? That's how it would look. You would have to have a bunch of ghosts or spirits, like a whole stadium, for it to really show up on a thermal imager, at least, or the flare C5 camera, unless that ghost or spirit is very close to your lens, and then you might see it as a dot. But when they're 5 or 6 inches away, you need a bunch of them there to make this type of purplish type observation. Because that purple is probably 60 degrees, and the part of the penny that's heated up is probably, that yellow should at least be above 70. So, well, my knees have had enough. So I'm going to go ahead and stop for now with the thermal imaging and break out my Obelisk 5B and see if I can ask some questions here. There's my obelisk. It's turned off. I'm going to move here so I can be in the shade. It takes better photos in the shade. Or the obelisk screen can be seen better in the shade while we're taking videos or photos. All right, I'm going to turn it on. This is Gracie Peter. My question to you is, what did you like most about Apalachicola? And my name is Keith Evans. I want to let you know I'm going to be using this on the entire paranormal session 34 unedited will be on YouTube. There'll be bits and pieces on Facebook and Instagram. So I wanted to let you know, if you don't want to be a part of that, then you don't have to, choose any words. But it seems like somebody wanted to be a part of it as far as cooling down that area around the penny so I could observe it. So, hope you will talk to me and answer my question. Again, my name is Keith Evans. My favorite part about Apalachicola probably is, places that I've done paranormal research, like the Hayes House with my book, The Hayes House Ghost or People 2, and the Chestnut Street Cemetery. Places like that where I've done paranormal research and really had good interaction with very nice ghosts and spirits. So, all right. As a paranormal investigator, when you ask a question, you got to be prepared to answer that same question to the ghosts and spirits. It's not a one-way street here, it's a two-way street. Looks like it says suit, S-U-I-T, and disease, D-I-S-E-A-S-E. I don't know what you mean by suit and disease. I'm definitely not wearing a suit, you know. Uh, I guess I might have some diseases. Are you talking about me or you wearing a suit? Or me or you having a disease? Now, tell me what disease you're talking about. Can you be more specific? I'm gonna move around. It's my legs, man. If I stay in one spot, it puts hurting on my legs. So I'm gonna move around. I gotta be careful over here because there's that one big limb that might fall out and kind of stab me. It looks like a sharp limb there. So, I can't reach it. It's probably 9, 10 feet in the air, so I gotta stay out of that area. Anyone else that comes here, see that limb next to this tree, next to Mrs. Gracie Peters' tombstone, watch out for it, because if it does fall, it could hurt you. All right, that's my public service message of the day. Mrs. Gracie Peter, would you like to ask me a question? Go ahead. You can ask me any question you like. It looks to me like all the ghosts of spirits are putting all their energy into the penny. But I had to be like 5 to 8 inches away, and that was just too much for my knees. So I didn't want to continue that. You can see how the sun here is like shining through. I'll show you. This is what the sun is shining through. This area here. So the penny is getting some sunlight and some shade as the day goes by. So, and it looks like it's a 1920D, if I remember correctly. 2020D. I'm sorry, 2020D. So you can zoom in on it, I think. And I think I've been watching my videos where it allow me to zoom in. And if I'm wrong, I stand corrected. All right. I don't think I'm going to be taking any more picture of the penny today with my thermal C5 flare camera. So I'm going to ask the ghost of spirits to, if they don't mind, could a few of them break away from the penny and manipulate the Obelisk 5B. I'm going to stand at the foot of here because it's more shade and I can get a better photo of my Obelisk 5 in the shade. You got to almost have the sun to your back to get a really good clear photo when you're videotaping the face of the Obelisk 5B during the daylight hours. Okay, for anyone who is available to answer any questions and can use their electromagnetic energy to manipulate the Obelisk 5 to answer the following question. What is your name? My name is Keith Evans. Well, not getting much today. I will say one thing. The footage on the penny was great. Last week, I don't think I found the penny until after I had stopped the actual video, the main video, the Paranormal Short Session 30. Last week was what, 33?
Famous. Pause. Site.
Famous. Cause. Site. Famous is FAMOUS. Cause is CAUSE. Site is SITE. Famous cause site. Are you talking about Chestnut Creek, Chestnut Street Cemetery being a famous site. The cause is doing paranormal research at a famous site, Chestnut Street Cemetery. Well, I'll agree with that. I think the cemetery has a lot to offer as far as elaborate and expensive funerary tombstones from the 1800s. Yeah, well, actually, I guess that would be considered the 19th century. So, yeah, I think that the tombstones really show the uniqueness of the architecture of the tombstones. And I think a lot of the people are really outgoing personalities. You know, I don't know that much about Mrs. Gracie Peter. So, you see that limb that's hanging down over there? It's got that sharp broken off. If that ever hits you on the pointy side, they put a hurting on you. All right, I got another word, mama. MOMMA, mama. Was Gracie Peter your mother? THICK, thick. Well, I guess you could say the grave cradle is thick. This somewhat uphill this way. You see the two logs, little logs next to it. But I guess you could say the grave cradle is thick. It's probably above the ground. It's what, one, two, three or four bricks above the ground. After thick was low, L-O-W, in England, E-N-G-L-A-N-D. Thick, low. Well, yeah, it gets low to the ground. But that fourth brick might be covered up by some dirt. Maybe when they built it, it wasn't, but over the years, the sand flows a little bit and the leaves, build up the surface of the grass. So at one time, all four bricks above ground might have actually been showing, but now it looks like there's 3.5 bricks above ground for the grave cradle. England. Mrs. Gracie Peter, were you from England? I don't know anything about her, but that may be correct. The last name Peter, that could be an English name. I mean, does anyone know for sure? Give me an okay or affirmative or wrong, you're way off base. Or barking up the wrong tree. Anything to let me know if I'm going in the right direction with these words? Well, I probably won't go much over 20 minutes. It seems like it likes to shut off on its own if I go too long. I don't know if that's the ghosts or spirits doing it, but all right, ghosts and spirits, if you want to turn my video camera off, let me finish with saying this, and I'll let you know when you can turn it off. This has been Paranormal Short Session 34 by Keith Evans at the Chestnut Street Cemetery in Apalachicola, Florida. Today's date is Wednesday, the 25th of October, 2023, and I am at the tombstone of Miss Gracie Peter. You see it with the different sunlight. Let me put shadow there so you can see it evenly. And I'd like to thank all the ghosts and spirits who came along here and made the purple areas on the penny. Thank them for, or not penny, I'm sorry, dime. It's a Roosevelt dime, 2020D, if I remember correctly. Thank you for that. Now, ghosts and spirits, if you want to turn off the video, you can do it. That'll give you something to do, okay? I'll give you some time if you want to do it. Otherwise, I'm going to do it then. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. If you can't do it by then I'm going to turn it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Goodbye.